Hi everyone, welcome to today's food demonstration. I'm Maya Wright and I'm going to be making a delicious and creamy baked spinach artichoke dip with yogurt. It's a healthier twist on a classic dip that's perfect for parties or anytime you're looking for something warm and cheesy. Now before we dive into the recipe, I know what you're probably wondering. What's with the apron and the hairnet? Well, the apron is for obvious reasons. When working with food, we want to stay clean. And as for the hairnet, it's a must for safety and hygiene, especially when cooking for others. Plus, it keeps my hair out of the food, which is also a good thing. So let's get started. Let's list out all the ingredients that we'll need for the recipe. First, we'll need 1 tablespoon of softened butter. Then we'll need 1 14-ounce can of artichoke hearts, which will be drained and chopped. And then we need 1 10-ounce package of chopped spinach. And then after that, we need 1 cup. I have, you can use plain Greek yogurt, but I have vanilla Greek yogurt, whatever to your preference. You also then need 1 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese, 1 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, a 1/4 cup of sweet onion, 1 garlic clove minced, a 1/4 cup of red bell pepper, and make it chopped. First things first is we need to preheat our oven to 350, which you can see behind me that I've already done. But this allows for, as you can hear, it's already went off. Since the oven just went off, we can go ahead and get started. But the very first thing is to take your 1 tablespoon of softened butter and to spread it around on the pan. You can use any size dish, a casserole dish, a pie dish, whatever best works for you for what you want the dip to be in. But pretty much the butter is literally just used to help keep the dip from sticking onto the pan while it bakes. Nothing crazy, but I'll go ahead and do that. Get it on there. All right, now that we have the butter in the pan, we can go ahead and we can mix all the ingredients together in a bowl. No preference on what size bowl, just this is a nice easy mixing bowl to use. And there's no preference in the order you put the ingredients in. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get started. Let me move this. But I'm going to go ahead and put in the spinach. Dump that in there. All right. And then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and put in the artichoke hearts. If you guys want a little fun fact, artichokes are rich in antioxidants and are very great for digestion. So not only are they delicious, but they're also really good for you. Just a little fun fact to give you. And dump that all the way in there. I like to clean as I go as I'm putting everything in, making sure you guys are seeing that. Then after that, I'm gonna take 1 cup of the vanilla Greek yogurt. This is going to make an amazing base. Another fun fact about this is I'm using vanilla yogurt as it's a healthy substitute to replace mayo, as normally you would use mayo as a base for a dip. The yogurt nice and out. But yes, but due to also having this yogurt, this recipe makes it lactose intolerance friendly. And yes, next I'm gonna take 1 cup of the shredded mozzarella cheese, dump it on in here. Perfect. I'm gonna take 1 cup of the grated Parmesan cheese, get that in there as well. Then take a 1/4 cup of sweet onions, have them nice and chopped. Once again, get them all out. Sometimes they can be a little tricky to get out. After that, I'll take a 1/4 cup of the red bell pepper, nice and chopped. Get that in there. I know these red bell peppers are going to add a nice color to the dip. Little nice bright pop of red. And then the last thing is your 1 garlic clove and have it nice and minced. All right, look at that. This probably might be a little hard to get out. All right. And then once you have this nice bowl, you're gonna mix everything together. Now for the fun part, we're going to mix everything together. Just make sure you give everything a good stir and make sure that the spinach and artichokes are evenly distributed through the yogurt and the cheese. But give it a good little mix. This may take a minute, but that's okay. At this point, it should look really creamy and mixed together. So a little bit like this. Ooh, look how nice that looks. And now that everything is mixed, we're going to transfer this creamy goodness into our buttered casserole dish. So let's give that a little go. Let's do this. Get a nice little into it. May have to fight with it just a little, but there we go. Look how thick and cheesy this dip looks already. It's literally going to be so irresistible. And now that I've made sure that everything is nice and spread it out evenly, we should be able to go ahead and pop this into the oven. We have to let this bake. Okay, so our oven timer just went off, and now we are going to take it out of the oven and let's see what we got. Ooh, guys, it is looking so nice. Also, remember to cut off your oven. All right, now that it's been sitting for a couple of minutes, let's dive into it. I want to get a nice gooey cut of this and scoop it up onto the plate that I have. Oh my gosh, this looks so good and cheesy. And there you have it, guys. This is our baked spinach artichoke dip with yogurt. And for me, I'm pairing it with some tortilla chips. Don't know if you can see that, but you can pair this with pita chips, crackers, whatever you want to your liking, or honestly, just eat it whole. But let's obviously dive into this because I am so excited to try this. Let's see what it's tasting like. Oh my gosh, this is so good. It's like nice and cheesy and really creamy. This is really to die for. And the chips add just the perfect crunch. 10 out of 10, no complaints at all. Not being biased, of course, but thank you so much for joining me with this food demo. As always, I made a baked spinach artichoke dip with yogurt. And this is just a great alternative to have if you want to consume and get a little bit more dairy in your diet. But thank you so much. Have a great day. See you guys on the next one.